Hey everyone, welcome to Freehandly Made AU, My Autistic Life. My name is Nisi and you have come to my channel. Y'all, I did it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did it. I was so nervous about doing this crochet along with Spring, the fiber enthusiast, our sweet Spring that we love so much. My farmer sister from another state. But she encouraged me. She's like, you can do this, Nisi, you can do this. I know there's a lot of stitches you won't know, but I know you can do this. I have confidence in you. And she's right, I did it. And I have to say, she's an awesome teacher. Her tutorials are awesome. And I just realized I have my own playlist for just the tutorials, and I have them marked them on private. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it was a default and it automatically did that, but I'm going to correct that today and make them public so you guys can get to them easier. Spring also has her own playlist as well. Which you may want to go hit hers up because she has like all the introduction videos that you're going to need for, you know, what kind of supplies to get and whatnot. So you're probably going to want to go watch hers. But I do have my own for my personal use because I plan to make 2 more of these bad boys. Yes, yes, yes. But look, check this out, you guys. Let me make sure I got this basting the right way. Okay, I do. But this is the shawl. And there'll be pictures of this shawl in this video because I can't get it all the way in the screen, but y'all look. Now this turned out a little small for me. I like my shawls bigger, but it's because I'm a tight crocheter. I'm used to doing amigurumi, and you have to be a tight crocheter to be successful at doing amigurumi. Anyway, and so, hang on. I mean, it fits me. It does fit me. It's just, you know, I like mine really. I just like my shawls really drapey and big. And this would have been bigger and more drapier if I would have used a 5.5 crochet hook instead of a 4.5. I don't know why I used a 4.5. That was really silly of me. I think I just used the hook that was on the yarn label, and I should have went up a hook size. But it's okay because it still fits. Comes across like this. You can wear it like this. Or this is really cool because it is small enough. You can actually wear it like a cowl. And you just come over here, make sure it's centered real good. Drape it around your neck. Don't choke yourself like I just tried to do myself. Just drape it. Hang on, my hair's getting in the way. Just drape it. And then what I do is I tuck it under here. I pull this out wide. And there you go. Now you have a nice cowl. Isn't it pretty? So you can wear it 2 different ways. I love it. I love it, Spring. Anyway, my experience with doing this. Okay. So the first tutorial, part 1, it was a breeze. Part 2 was really simple as well. My challenge was with part 3 and part 4. And the part 3 is where this right here, this section right here, which is the complex leaf stitch. I didn't even have a problem with that at all. My problem is Nisi missed a stitch a couple of times, and I was on the very last row of finishing this, you guys. I was on the picot row. No, not the picot row. I was on row 36, and I had totally missed a stitch. And I probably could have made it work, but I would have noticed it and it would have bothered me. So I ended up, and the mistake, you guys, was 4 rows backwards. I had to frog 4 rows and go back to row 30 to fix my mistake. And then after redoing it and getting caught up again, I realized I missed another stitch on the new row. I missed, there was a spot where you're supposed to do 2 double crochets, loop, chain 2 double crochets. Well, in the one, and it was, thankfully it was only 1 stitch I did this to. I did one double crochet, chain 2 double crochets. I missed a double crochet, but you know what? I'm like, you know what? Spring would tell me, Nisi, don't frog, just keep going. No one will barely even notice it. Especially with this yarn because it's so busy and colorful. So I did. Spring was in my head, and I listened to Spring. I followed directions, and I just kept on going. And I know, when I look at the picture, I can't see the mistake. Now, I know where the mistake is, but it's not easily noticeable for the untrained eye. Now, if this was hanging up in like some kind of fair, fiber arts fair or whatever, obviously a judge is going to be able to point it out and be like, oop, they missed a stitch. But this ain't going to be going to no judge. It's going to a friend that I love. And she's going to love it because she knows I made it for her. And I put all of my heart and all of my love into this shawl. Now, this is my official review of this crochet along. And the one thing I want to say about this crochet along, one, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I really did. I really enjoyed, even though I had some difficulties based on my own mistakes and frustrations based on my own mistakes. This pattern really is not a hard pattern to follow tutorial wise. I would love to see it in written form. Hint, hint, hint. But if you ever write it, get it in written form, Spring, I will buy it from you. Just saying. Because I will make this shawl for years to come as gifts for people. And possibly different colors for me. That's how much I love this shawl. But the tutorials were really easy to follow. The quality of the video, of how the video was over her hand so you could see, was perfect. It was only on part 4 that I had to take the setting on my YouTube and slow her down by 0.25 speed because I was having a hard time understanding one of the steps. But outside that, that's just because my brain is, you know, I'm a very visual person, but sometimes being visual and trying to do it at the same time can be hard for me. And sometimes I need things slowed down. So that was the only time I had to slow a video of hers down, was last night. And it was the picot, because I never done a picot before. I never did a picot before. And I had a hard time understanding where to put the hook. I mean, really isn't that hard, you guys. I'll look back this morning at it now. I'm like, Denise, you must have just been tired, girl, because that was not hard. This is what happens when you're trying to crochet at like really late at night and you've been crocheting on this shawl literally all day. I totally ignored all my chores yesterday because I wanted to get this sucker done. I just had to, my brain would not stop. My brain would not let me do anything else but this shawl. Gotta love having autism. It does special things to you like that. You just get super hyper focused, and it's like a train wreck coming. The train can't stop. It has no brakes. My brain sometimes has no brakes, and I can't stop until something's done. My poor boys had dinner late last night, you guys. They didn't get to have dinner until 7 o'clock at night because I lost track of time because I was so close to finish. I got to the last row. I'm like, I ain't stopping now. I'm on the last row. I ain't stopping. They'll eat. It's okay. They'll eat, but I ain't stopping. Boys. Y'all pray for them. I get on some of these projects and literally physically, it's like my brain is saying, you really need to stop and cook dinner, Niecy. I know you're on the last row. Just put it aside. You can finish. But like my hands would not stop. It's like the body and the brain get disconnected. It's that partial, that situation paralysis that I told you guys about in my last video. Whether it be in a good situation or a bad situation, this can happen to us who have autism. Anyway, I made them a really delicious dinner and they forgave me, so it's all good. But if you haven't had a chance to do this crochet along, you can still do it on your own. You can. And there's some of us who are going to be making this again. And so you can get with us. Be like, hey, when are you going to start up another shop? I'd love to do this with you. Hit me up. Shoot me an email. Hit me up. Or you can send me a private message through my Facebook blog, Freehanded by God. And you can literally send me a private message through that Facebook blog, that Facebook page, and I'll get it and I'll answer and I'll let you know about when I'm going to be starting up another one of these shawls, because I'm making one for myself with a different weight yarn, and we'll do it together. That way, if you have questions, I've already been through it once. You have questions, I'm here for you. You have questions, Spring is always there for her friends, especially if they're learning something that she's trying to teach them on how to do. You have questions about anything she designs or any of her tutorials or her patterns, she's there for you. You're not going to be alone doing this on your own. Reach out to us. Tank, I love to crochet. She'll answer questions for you as well. She's a wonderful resource to go to. She's made 4 of these. all at the same time. Girl, you blow my mind. And they all turned out gorgeous. So yeah, I encourage you, if you didn't get to do it along with us as a group, still do it, because there's some of us that are still going to be making this shawl. Anyway, that is my complete review. I had a fabulous time. This shawl is absolutely stunning. The stitches are stunning. It really looks even more beautiful in a solid color or solid colors. I love these colors, but you can't really appreciate all the stitches in this shawl because of the color and the variegation in this colorway. But it's a gorgeous shawl. It's absolutely gorgeous. You'll love it. It's got the virus stitch. It's got the pineapple stitch. It's got the complex leaf stitch. It's got picots. It's got double crochets, single crochets. It's got it all, y'all. It's just gorgeous. It's got the another stitch I never learned before that this has. It's called the cross stitch. I've never done the cross stitch. It had, I guess, the cross stitch, according to Spring, her tutorial, it has several different names. But it's like an X stitch. It actually turns out like an X. Never did that stitch before, ever. I mean, I've only been crocheting for a year, but I didn't even know that stitch even existed. I mean, that's how new I am. I'm like, what is she doing with the hook behind the loop and behind the rabbit hole? And you'd pull the loop through with what rabbit hole? What hole are we going down? I had to watch that a couple times, but I got it. If nothing else, y'all, it will teach you some really new cool stitches, and it will give you a renewed confidence because you can do them. If I can do it, you can do it. So, what are you waiting for? Get some yarn and a hook and make yourself a shawl. Make you a Turbulent Sky shawl. You won't regret it. You'll love it. Anyway, my rating is an A+++. A+++. It was excellent. And it was fun. And I cannot wait for the next project. I hope I can do the next project. I got a lot going on right now. But you know what? I'll be like some of you who didn't get to do it with us. I'll still do it. I'll just do it at a later time. So, that's all I've got for you guys. Man, I've made a lot of videos this week. Don't get used to it. This is very unusual for me. Very, very unusual. It's like feast or famine on my channel. I love each of you, but this sun is beating down on me, and I'm actually starting to sweat. I need to go get in some shorts and a tank top. I just wore this so that, you know, a solid shirt so that this would pop. So I gotta go change. We will see you guys around the YouTube streets. And always remember that I love you. And I had a blast with all of you that did this shawl with Spring. And I can't wait to do another project with all y'all. And we'll see you guys later. Dare to be you. Dare to be different. Love from Montana. Bye, everyone.